Well, our Patreon community has spoken and they have voted, and then we put it out to YouTube and they voted the same way. Our next series is beginning right now. We're still in season 2 of Arcane, and I am loving that. As a mental health professional who's been doing this for almost 30 years, I love to see series that have depth, relationships, personality issues, all kinds of struggles, because it's what I do every day. And if you want the fully unedited versions of these episodes, hop over to Patreon with everybody else. It is the VIP tier that has all episodes of all series unedited, the things I mess up, the things I say behind the scenes, if I take a break, if I talk about extra stuff, it's all there. So you'll notice the episodes we put out on YouTube are about half as long as the ones on Patreon. That's because they're edited down so they can be put in there and won't get stricken down on YouTube. We have album reactions there too. And as new albums come out, we react to them and leave them up there for you to see. All edited stuff goes to YouTube, completely unedited over on Patreon, the VIP tier, because we're going to be in here for a while with The Last of Us. And I have a feeling Avatar is coming next. So buckle up, everybody. It is time. All right, mental health. Let's begin. The Last of Us, Season 1, Episode 1, When You're Lost in the Darkness.
And that's your biggest worry?
Yes, any kind of virus, but most probably something similar to influenza.
1968.
Through the year. Coughing.
I'm sorry.
Oh my gosh. This is like so realistic to what we've lived in our world today.
Bacteria.
No.
You like saying no?
Yes.
Yes, that's the usual response. Fungi seem harmless enough. Many species know otherwise, because there are some fungi who seek not to kill, but to control. Fertilizers, no cures, they don't exist. It's not even possible to make them.
So if that happens,
We lose.
His alarm just going off. He's just sleeping. Immediate thing I think about here when I see this is a teenage daughter who's, with her dad, probably single dad. I don't know. I'm just picturing because, he was sleeping by himself and she got up and was yelling at him alarm like this isn't the first time this has happened probably. And now she's up making breakfast. The parentified child, that grows up, domesticates the house, takes care of the things she needs to because he probably can't or isn't, or it's not that he's bad. It's just that not everything gets taken care of. And let's face it, I'm a guy. We are so minimalistic sometimes that it's like we don't do something unless it has to be done. And she's taking care of what needs to be taken care of. Just that responsible piece inside who she is. But isn't that interesting? She ends up kind of just waking up and then going to have to wake him up and then getting breakfast ready. I wonder if that's really the way it is, if it's father-daughter and the mom's not there. I don't know what happened.
Where's the pancake?
That's something. She remembers his birthday. I was going to make you birthday pancakes. So sweet. I just love that. It's like I remembered you and I'm not going to let this day go by, but now I can't find the pancake mix. Each other, the dry sense of humor and the way that they kind of get each other and can poke at each other, but they don't take it personally and they just keep going back and forth. Who are these two? Is this father-daughter? I know people look at me and say, duh, Tom, who do you think it is? Boyfriend, girlfriend? Like what? No, I don't mean that. I'm just trying to get the picture of this. Like, is this really a single father? Is the mom gone? Has she died? Is she working? Is she away? And this daughter clearly, this is so funny, this picture. This daughter clearly is used to kind of just taking care of things at the house. And she's used to him kind of being who he is. So they have this sweet kind of way they go bantering back and forth.
Still alive, you old fucker.
Oh, he loves you.
He's dependent on me. Not the same.
Looking at her like something ain't right with her. Fighter jets. A cake. Did you remember?
It's 10.
Oh, no.
Oh, and he's late.
Where'd you get the money for this?
Have they of any of these people? Uncle Tommy. But I'm just not hearing the names. But what happened to mom and what in the world is going on in the city that they don't even know about? And he doesn't know about because he's been working all day out on the job. Joel.
I'm okay,
Yeah?
but I'm in jail.
God damn.
What's my fault this time?
Oh, it's uncomfortable. Just gonna leave. Oh man. Here and the lights are out, no electricity. How could these people that are dead or old like this all of a sudden move like that when they couldn't move at all before? It just boggles my brain. Now her dad's there. She's freaking out. PTSD. If y'all have ever seen an accident or a shooting or somebody, laying down, bleeding or dead or just whatever trauma, okay? That stuff sticks with you. You can't unsee it. And so now she's seeing things that she can't unsee and almost literally can't believe. Remember we talk about fight, flight, or freeze responses when it comes to PTSD. The fight is I'm going to attack whatever's coming at me. The flight is I'm taking off, I'm getting the heck out of here. And the freeze is when you freeze up and it's almost like you're in shock. And she's got freeze going right now. It's like she got away from it. Now she can kind of look back. At the beginning, she froze. But then once old lady was coming at her, she took off because out of survival, right? And the dad's there clearly knowing something's going on, but all he's doing is trying to get her out and to safety. No explaining anything.
You killed her.
Baby,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
See,
We gotta go.
there's the conflict. She's like looking at this old lady like she was in a wheelchair, couldn't talk, couldn't move, couldn't walk, couldn't do anything. But it's almost like a new reality. She goes in that house, she sees these people all bloodied up. She sees her eating this other lady, and that all would register in your brain like, this is nuts. This is crazy. She's crazy. Something's wrong. But still, when she comes out of the house like that and runs at them, which seems impossible, and he kills her, she still has this kind of almost normal brain thinking of, you killed her. But it's like she was coming to kill us. And she wouldn't stop until she did. So for her, she's stuck in this almost like primitive area of, wait a minute, she was just Mrs. Whoever, and now she's dead, and you killed her. Oh, wow. Look at him. That's a great point, man. You're walking around seeing just things on fire, things dark. How do you know we're not sick? Where'd it come from?
You'd have to go a lot, right?
That's what she's thinking. Sick too, because I was over there with them all afternoon. So you'd have to go a lot, right? To the hospital. I think she's just in panic mode of, please tell me you'd have to go a lot, because if the therapy matters, not in this moment, no therapy, get the heck out of Dodge, get to a safe place, get in the country, get somewhere away. But in real life, whenever this happens and your OCD kicks in, your obsessive compulsive stuff kicks in, and your trauma response of like thinking somebody to talk to that can make sense of it and like, let's talk this through and see what it really must or could or would or should be like, can really help and support. No, don't stop. People can yell at me too for that. But I'm like in self-preservation mode of, you don't know who's actually got this virus, y'all. That's the scary part here. Plus, what protection do you have for yourself? I know they had that rifle, but what do you do to protect yourself? They got no clothes, they got no food, they got no drink, they got nothing. And you just don't know. You can't trust any. Can you imagine being in this world where you can't trust anybody or anything? You don't know if they're going to actually try to take your car from you at that point and then leave you stranded. You just can't trust anybody.
Tommy, come on!
Like planning mode of, okay. Daily life in my office, I see trauma. I see people on the edge of their life. I see people who were in horrible situations. And then I come to watch this, and I told you I actually like this. And I do like it, but I almost feel like I like it when I'm under control of it, like when I'm the one deciding. Because I think I might be turning it off if I was watching it myself right now. But I can't stop. We've got more. But this is just one thing after another, and she's terrified now as if she wasn't already. Joel's the only one with like wherewithal to try to sort out the solutions in this thing. Thank goodness. And then Tommy, who knows? So good. And she can't keep her eyes on him though. She's looking back, which is the instinct, right? That's what happens with trauma. Your instinct is just keep looking back into the trauma, and that's memories of trauma because they will refeed. How do you recover as a dad from seeing that happen? Here we are going to go on 20 years later, 2023. How do you live? What kind of quality of life do you have? I said I've done this almost 30 years now, and it's the number one thing that I think is the hardest to recover from is the loss of a child, no doubt. And that's not even just a child being sick, that's a child being murdered right there. That is, I think, the hardest thing to ever, and they never recover. Don't recover from it. It's never the same anymore. So much grief. What is that? Is this like a post-apocalyptic world? Like 20 years later, there's still people roaming around. The virus spread all the way through, and there's still these people. Is this the same place? Is this still in Austin? And who is this child? Boston, 2023. Holding on to something. Able to survive, to get by, to get ahead, to make the next move. And now it looks like he's just all alone. When you're lost in the darkness, look for the light. Title of the actual episode. And then where's the light? That's what people look for, whether you have faith or don't have faith, or, you know, darkness can't outshine the light. But he found a way to work his way in and work his magic. I guess he's wanting a vehicle to travel somewhere to get out of there. But they've got such strict rules on quarantine and what you can do and can't do, that I just wonder his mental state at this point. When you've lost everything, he's just in survival mode now. He's got to have a plan to go somewhere to do something. He's got to have some kind of plan. And maybe it's to get away and to be on his own and to get out of this whole quarantine type thing. I don't know, but it is about to go down. And this is such a long episode with so much in it. But I just don't have the history or the know-how of where did all this come from. That's what I keep asking myself.
So I give you my word that he won't hurt you. I'll tell him that I got jumped by some guys, and then you and I can just move the fuck on. So are we good?
Wow. There's so much trauma here. Shoot at military people? Like there's some other kind of group that's kind of renegades, and she's stuck in the middle of this.
On your knees!
Why is she chained up?
Count slowly and clearly from 1 to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4. Slowly and clearly. And hold out your...
She already knows.
State your name. Slowly. Veronica.
Veronica.
Same as yesterday. Hey, people are gonna come looking for me. People from Fedra, you hear me? I'm not supposed to be here!
Oh, what do? You're just sitting there all day.
Is there any chance it's coming in at night? You're sleeping, you miss it?
If Tommy responded, we'd know.
Oh,
You're talking
Tommy.
to the tower.
Every day. They gave him your message. They haven't seen or heard from him since. And that's it.
It's never taken them more than a day to respond.
So they have been in
Sure he's
touch.
okay.
Show me where the tower is.
You can't be serious. Joel, it's in Wyoming.
He just leaves, man. He remembers.
Next.
Let's go in to find Tommy. I guess that's his sole mission. That's all he's got left. This guy is amazing, man. He finds a way to just self-preserve, you know? He knows how to save. He knows how to negotiate. He knows how to, manipulate. He knows he has his mindset on something and he goes for it. I admire that in somebody. He seems like a really good guy who's been dealt the worst hand possible in life, not only with the way the world is, but losing your daughter the way he has and having to live with it every single day. Trying to cope. He's still got the watch. Doesn't even work. Still got it. Oh, wow. Is that who he's with? Wait. Who is that? Oh, it is. Wait till he sees the eye. This is not the right guy to see the eye.
I got jumped by a couple guys.
What guys?
Just a couple teenagers. Said some shit. Probably shouldn't have.
It's a miracle you're alive.
It's a miracle any of us are alive. And a truck. And then we'll go find Tommy.
That's really good. Promised you wouldn't hurt him, but I would very much like for you to hurt him.
Team in place at Southeast 3? I held them back. I have some questions.
So are these the Fireflies? Are these the people that are kind of the rebels that are going around blowing up Fedra? I guess that's what they call the federal, the government type people, blowing up different targets. But I think what she's saying is, I don't know why we're doing this.
Why do you
Curious with the comments that girl made, Veronica, if she's like the child of some kind of Fedra person where they're going to hold her kind of hostage to negotiate or to get something for her.
Quitting?
No, we're taking that random girl locked in that.
You know what was weird? Now I'm thinking about it, they were asking her to count her name, that kind of thing. So it's like they're testing her to see if she's okay. And I'm kind of wondering, like, does she have something to do with this outbreak? Like, is she an anomaly?
For saving your life? I am the one who told him not to shoot you, if you recall.
Here's the key. Hard to trust.
Veronica. You that anxious to be a soldier?
You think I chose that place? They put me there when I was a baby. It's for orphans.
Oh, so she isn't from somebody from Fedra. An orphan. Grew up with no parents, gets put in a military school. So she's what they would probably call a troubled child who's had lots of run-ins with lots of authority and is one tough cookie. Allie?
My fucking mom or something?
And look like your mom?
Ooh, you're not. Why would terrorists dump me with Fedra?
Because it's where you'd be safest, and you were safe there until you decided to sneak out. And terrorist?
What a terrorist. Everybody's got that notion. We're not terrorists. Fighting for freedom. But she's, from way back, put her in that place to keep her safe.
Was Riley a terrorist?
It was Riley. Somebody she lost.
Why would you let me go?
Because you have a greater purpose than any of us could have ever imagined. So we're leaving tonight, and we're taking you with us. What I'm about to tell you cannot be repeated to anyone. Because if you do, you will die.
Oh, she's not going to tell us. Here they go. Doing their thing.
Yes.
Everybody's dead. There's a battery.
The battery's no good. He still tried to sell it. Twice. Joel?
Marlene?
What? How do all these people know each other? Joel knows Marlene. He knows everybody. This guy has been around. So he obviously knows Marlene, who was there to do a deal. This girl was going to be hero by seeing him and hearing him and trying to attack him. But they had said all the Fireflies were going to gather there and get out of there tonight. So somebody tipped them off or something and started killing people. Or these people came in. Not calling her Veronica anymore.
You can't be stupid like this.
Give me my knife.
What do you need a car battery for? Go.
Not at her.
You're the cause of it. You turned my own brother against me.
Okay, Joel.
Oh, his brother.
Fedor's gonna be on the way. I know.
Because it was Uncle Tommy.
Who is she? To you, she's cargo.
We don't smuggle people. Sorry.
Yeah.
You do it. But now I don't.
What are they capable of?
You can leave her safely.
Ellie's like, dude, you're going to send me with them? What are they capable of? What's going to happen to me? I love how she calls her Ellie now because that was her name at birth. And then also how they are so well respected, you know, Joel and Tess. Like they seem like they are tough.
Firefly vehicle usually means repurposed Fedra stuff. So better than decent chance making it to Tommy in one of those.
Get her to your...
That's her only attachment right there. And she just really found that out.
Joel, don't fuck this up.
Oh, man.
Please.
Oh, boy. How did they just walk? See, she was at whatever that military school or whatever for Fedra. So I'm wondering how they'd recognize her maybe as somebody who was there before. So she's got to keep herself hidden. But how do they just walk the streets like this? I guess anybody can.
Just a minute, all right?
What the fuck?
They're in charge
what's
here,
the
not
plan?
her. She's resourceful, looks around. Number one hits, man. Thinks back to normal life.
Time.
But what am I supposed to do?
I'm sure you'll figure that out.
Kind of interesting, right? He goes right back to the same back and forth dynamic of who he is. Part of him's a limited guy, like he can only do so much, but he's still caring and loving and very much adored his daughter. And I think it's just a way that he does things, and he doesn't have the whole lots of like ooey gooey love and compassion coming out. But he's also inconvenienced because his focus is on Tommy. It's not on this girl. This girl is just an object to him at this point. So attachment there. She doesn't like not being in control because that's what she's probably done her whole life. And now all of a sudden she's been trapped forever or lately. And he's like, just figure it out. He's not going to let her, he's not going to like overly try to care for her. And he's definitely not going to let her take control.
Your watch is broken.
She even noticed that. Very much like his daughter. Ellie and he are interacting very much the way he and his daughter did. PTSD. Going back to that same memory. Did you hear the breathing? Right back to the breathing of his daughter before she died. And he must just live that every night. Let's hear it. That.
You guys go out there a lot?
I guess.
When
She's
was the
got a
last time?
lot of questions.
Maybe a year. What's it matter?
But you know where to go, so we're gonna be okay.
Oh, so similar to his daughter. It's the little girl that's like, I just want to know I'm okay. Look at the eyes, the way she looks at him. Like, that's, eyes of fear and eyes of hope that he's going to be able to take care of her and we're going to be okay, right? I just want to know, like, you've been there before. You know how to do this because I want to be safe. Look at that.
So what's the deal with you anyway? You some kind of bigwig's daughter or something?
Something like that.
Interesting. Who is she?
Gotcha.
Oh,
Ladies means trouble.
she went in, I think, and read that book and saw that that was the name of a song. And she keyed in on the 80s music. How smart is she? How it had the numbers 50s, 70s, and then 80s or 60s, 70s, 80s. And the 80s had an X. And so she pretended the radio came on and then found a song in the 80s. Very clever because it was in that book. And then said the Wham song, Wake Me Up Before You Go Go, one of my faves of all time back in the 80s. That was back in my day. And he's like, great. She's like, I figured it out. The 80s means trouble. So the fact that he responded that way told her what the 80s meant, even though there was an X on there. So much stress. This is so much stress. Like, look at this. There's no way out. Oh my goodness. It's the guy that he sells drugs to. This is PTSD, like from war or a car accident or something really horrible you've been through. People get stuck there. He's going back because of this guy making this threat to him, killing this girl just like his daughter, that he's back in that scenario again. He's not going to just let that happen like it did before. I have a feeling he's going to come after this guy in some form or fashion, especially being military and knowing the anti-venom. I don't know what that's called for people. The serum, the anti-venom, where she actually carries a cure to this thing so it doesn't keep happening. And they know it. The Fireflies, this is far-fetched, right? The Fireflies, and they're holding her hostage because they know that's actually the case. And I don't know how they would have ever found that out. And they're going to not use her, but keep her so that they can develop some kind of anti-venom thing for people so that they, I don't know why I keep calling it anti-venom, to help people get better. But Tess right here is saying she's sick and here we are with her. We're going to go down with her. And he's like, it's a girl. Now he's got to decide because he just killed this guy, I think, this officer. So you're going down for that. You're getting hung for that for sure. So what is happening here? Ah, so you get some kind of rash on your body. And it's 3 weeks old, so she's not getting sick. Oh, there is season 1, episode 1. Oh my goodness. Am I really ready for this? Oh gosh, I don't know if I can stand this. The Last of Us. When you're lost in the darkness. Y'all, that had so much packed into just the last 5 minutes. I don't even know what to say. So the question is she like one of those people that like doesn't get sick and that could help other people that to keep from getting sick? And number 2 is, where are they going? Got to be a place that they can actually get rid of her and send her on her way and she could be safe. Or number 3, is he going to develop an attachment with her like he had with his daughter? Not that, it can't be his daughter, but develop an attachment with her where he wants to protect her and keep her safe. And they develop a bond where their relationship becomes powerful and they stick together. What all is going to happen? The series has begun. If you want all unedited episodes of this series, The Last of Us, go to our Patreon page, the VIP tier. I'm telling you, it's where it's at. We also have album reactions over there, but every series we do, the unedited, full unedited episodes are all there on the VIP tier on our Patreon page. And please leave your comments. Let me know what you think. I've got so many things running through my head right now. I don't even know what to say. But between Tess and Joel and Ellie, they are on their own now, on the run, and I can't wait to see what happens next. So stay tuned. New episodes coming next. We'll see you on the next Reaction Therapy.